NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has hardly opened its eyes, and the universe is new, more mysterious, more beautiful than humanity's dreams. And all these little dots are stars?
All these little dots are galaxies, some of which are bigger than our own.
Breaking news. We may have just found potential evidence of intelligent life beyond Earth.
This is a huge discovery, and we think that it's a huge discovery. And that's the most exciting piece of this telescope, of this remarkable instrument we put in space, is finding things that we didn't expect, that we can't explain, because that means that we have to revise our understanding of the universe.
Well, JWST is so phenomenal that if you spend enough time, you could probably find any galaxy that ever formed in the universe. It's really that powerful.
NASA gave a central piece of information. Pluto isn't what you think. What is NASA proposing here? Are they deducing the most recent disclosures from the New Horizons space test, which shows that odd things are happening on Pluto's surface? One of the perilous pictures, for sure, shows something that seems to float across the external layer of Pluto. This brings up upsetting questions about whether some sort of undeniable high-level dark life exists on this distant world, or if we are dealing with a known geological phenomenon. Pluto might be small, but the records it holds are colossal and filled with surprises. When Pluto's planetary status was denied in 2006, scientists were unaware of the information from the New Horizons test, which had only just reached Pluto after years of travel. Since then, we have discovered there is much more to this small object than we ever expected. How did astronomers genuinely come to deny this planet, which many of us grew up knowing? The decision stemmed from the discovery of several other small planets in the Kuiper belt, prompting the need for a definition of what constitutes a planet versus a dwarf planet or a trans-Neptunian object. How did astronomers decide Pluto wasn't a planet? It scored points for its size and round shape, but it shares its orbit with several other objects. This was the justification for why Pluto was not grouped with the other massive planets in the solar system. Many people on Earth view this decision as a shame. The choice by space experts caused widespread dissatisfaction. The notion of Pluto being not a planet was controversial for many. This tiny, quirky world had so many fans that NASA received letters of protest from prominent scientists and citizens alike, requesting Pluto's planetary status to be reinstated. Even state-run organizations received petitions from the public. Pluto had been considered a planet since the 1930s and was part of the traditional group of 9 planets, a cutting-edge concept at the time. However, in 2015, when New Horizons sent us the first real images of Pluto, it changed everything. For the first time, Earth saw the true face of Pluto. Imagine it was the first authentic image of the planet. Previously, all depictions of Pluto in school materials or elsewhere were artistic interpretations, not actual photographs. New Horizons captured Pluto in stunning detail, revealing its heart-shaped region and fascinating surface features. This little world on the edge of the solar system quickly gained new fans. Perhaps one day, space scientists will change their minds, and Pluto will regain its planetary status. The initial images from New Horizons took everyone's breath away. It was a historic moment when the first data from the spacecraft reached mission control in 2015. Everyone knew they were about to see a planet for the first time, one they had known about but never seen up close. The computers on Earth pieced together this captivating image from countless individual pixels, revealing a world that was far more dynamic, complex, and alive than planetary scientists had ever imagined. Pluto turned out to be richly varied, with striking geological features, deep chasms, smooth icy surfaces, and unexpected phenomena. Instead of the barren, frozen, and cratered landscape scientists had anticipated, Pluto revealed itself as a fascinating, ever-changing place. One of the most surprising discoveries was an image that appeared to show movement on Pluto's surface. This image, leaked to the media in 2016, showed what looked like a person walking across an astonishing honeycomb-shaped snowdrift. These frozen landforms, however, were not made of water but nitrogen and methane. Experts identified the moving object as a massive block of incredibly dense nitrogen ice, seemingly floating across the icy plain. These uniquely shaped landforms provided extraordinary insights into Pluto's dynamic and complex environment. Specialists presently accept that there is a nitrogen supply a few kilometers beneath Pluto's surface, where the solid blocks form geological advancements inside the planet. These blocks push upwards, creating honeycombs and field-like structures, resembling meandering mountains. This points to a warm core within the planet, and this discovery hints at wide implications for how we interpret Pluto. It is certainly more dynamic than previously perceived. Land development, driven by heat and surface changes, reveals a form of activity that suggests we have misunderstood Pluto. This smaller celestial body not only displays geological activity but also hints at the presence of internal heat. This could point to pockets of liquid inside Pluto, possibly resembling oceans or magma. The geology team of the New Horizons mission, led by William McKinnon, even compared the internal characteristics of this small planet to an enormous-scale feature like Hudson Bay in Canada. Virtual models showed that this striking landscape developed over millions of years and remains highly active today. Can you spot the distinct X on the right below the steps? This pattern was likely created by sublimation, a process where a substance transitions directly from solid to gas without passing through a liquid state. Sublimation occurs due to Pluto's extreme temperatures, driving complex geological processes and natural phenomena on what was once thought to be a dead world. Christmas in the snow on Pluto. Does that sound crazy to you? Well, it's true. Pluto truly is a mystery. The New Horizons mission uncovered fascinating details about the planet's atmosphere and seasonal changes. Pluto, orbiting the distant reaches of the Kuiper Belt, has an atmosphere, a thin layer of nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide, that changes dramatically depending on how close or far Pluto is from the Sun. These changes affect not only the atmosphere but also the surface conditions of the dwarf planet. One particularly striking aspect is Pluto's snow. Unlike Earth's snow, which forms from water, Pluto's snow primarily consists of frozen nitrogen and methane. The extremely low temperatures on Pluto cause these volatile gases to accumulate and fall as snow, covering the landscape with fresh deposits. These deposits drive other geological developments, such as ice formations and possibly cryovolcanic cycles. New Horizons also revealed that these seasonal cycles are closely tied to atmospheric pressure. When Pluto is closest to the Sun, the slight warmth expands its atmosphere, causing it to rise. As Pluto moves farther from the Sun, the environment freezes, and the atmosphere sinks back to the surface. This phenomenon leads to a peculiar occurrence. It can snow on Pluto, with snow composed of nitrogen and methane. Variations in surface brightness and coal deposits suggest that nearly all surface features and landscapes on Pluto are connected to these environmental cycles. Since Pluto's mountains are made of ice rather than rock, its entire surface is far more dynamic than that of Earth. What does Pluto's heart contain? Who would have guessed that Pluto's heart-shaped region isn't just a visual feature? Known as Sputnik Planitia, this region is one of the most remarkable areas on Pluto. Named after the first artificial satellite Sputnik 1, launched by the Soviet Union in 1957, this massive heart-shaped ice surface spans approximately 1,000 kilometers and consists mostly of nitrogen ice, with traces of frozen methane and carbon monoxide. The bright, nearly flawless surface of Sputnik Planitia contrasts sharply with the darker, more rugged areas surrounding it. Geologically, Sputnik Planitia is an enormous impact structure that was later modified by volcanic processes. However, unlike Earth, where magma rises from the interior, volcanism on Pluto involves cold materials, such as nitrogen, rising and freezing on the surface. Internal heat within Pluto causes nitrogen and other volatile substances to warm, rise, and freeze, forming extraordinary landscapes. Sputnik Planitia is remarkably flat, suggesting that its frozen surface is constantly renewed by internal processes, likely through convection within the ice sheet. Scientists anticipate that beneath the smooth ice of Sputnik Planitia lies a layer of liquid water, kept fluid by Pluto's internal heat. Experts wonder if life forms could exist in the subglacial ocean, though it remains a remote possibility. Sharon, what role does Pluto's moon play? Before the New Horizons mission, Few knew that Pluto has its own moon, and not just one. Charon, Pluto's largest moon, was discovered in 1978 by American astronomer James Christie. Charon is unusually large compared to Pluto, with a diameter about half that of Pluto itself. This creates a unique relationship. Pluto and Charon are tidally locked, always showing the same side to one another. Charon's surface is remarkably different from Pluto's, featuring massive cliffs and enormous impact craters. Scientists believe that Pluto and Charon have exchanged material over time, likely through comet-like impacts. Pluto's journey through time. Once considered the ninth planet in our solar system, Pluto has long captured the imagination of astronomers and the public alike. Discovered in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh, Pluto remained a symbol of planetary mystery until its reclassification in 2006 as a dwarf planet by the International Astronomical Union, IAU. This decision sparked debates and discussions, but Pluto continues to fascinate researchers and enthusiasts. NASA's statement, "Pluto isn't what you think," has reignited interest in this enigmatic world. The phrase, often accompanied by discoveries about Pluto's complexity, highlights the evolving understanding of this distant body. While many aspects of Pluto's composition have been studied, ongoing research through NASA's New Horizons mission continues to unveil new mysteries. By exploring its atmosphere, surface, and potential for further exploration, scientists are reshaping our understanding of this icy world at the edge of the solar system.